Hey, what's up? This is Mark Lissow here with ML Productions, and in this video tutorial, I'm going to be teaching you how to make this kind of organic streak effect right here. That's what it looks like. So that's all I've basically done is add some particles, a simple spacing, whip that up really quick, and a lens flare. So I'm going to be teaching you how to make this. So the first thing you're going to want to do is make a new composition. You can name it main comp. 1280 by 720, 24 frames per second, 10 seconds long should be good. Hit OK. Now the first thing you're going to want to do is make a layer, new null object. And we're going to call this null object, just select and hit enter to rename it. We're going to call it control. Okay, and we're going to want to make this 3D. Now what we're going to do is we're going to make a new light by going layer, new light. And we're going to have to call this emitter with a capital E. And that is very important. So it's capital E M-I-T-T-E-R. That'll be very important. Okay? Now what we're going to want to do is open up the position for the emitter and the control by hitting P on both of them. And then you want to make all the values the same for the emitter as they are on the control. So make this 640, this 360, and this 0. Now these are only if you're working in a 1280 by 720 comp. But just make these values from the emitter the same as these values in the control. Okay, and make sure the control is 3D. And then parent the emitter to the control. So now as we move the control around, the emitter moves with it. Okay, now you can, now what you want to do is you want to go into the control, alt click on the position. And then you want to type in expression is wiggle, left bracket, 1, comma, 400, actually about 350, right bracket, and just click away. So now over time you get some random movement. Just like this. You could manually keyframe this if you would like, but I think that takes too long. So I just do that simple expression and the results are really good. So now what you want to do is make a layer, new, solid. We're going to call this solid particle stream. Okay, make comp size, black is fine, hit OK. Now you're going to need a third-party plugin called Particular, Trapcode Particular. If you don't have this, you can get it off from Giant Software or Trapcode's website. It's affordable, cheap, and well worth it. So if you have that, type in Particular, drag that on onto it. Okay, and then we're just going to pull this time slider back. If you have Particular version 2, there will be a setting here called pre-run. You can just change that value up, but I don't have that, so I just move this thing back so they're already pre-rendered. Okay, then what you want to do is you want to go into the emitter tab. You can close these two tabs up, go into the emitter tab, and change the particles per second to about 600. Okay, and then you want to change the emitter type from point to light, and now that'll track. Whoop, and now that will track the control, the null object. So now if you play this, you can see now the particles follow the control. Or actually, the particles follow the light, which is the emitter, and the emitter, which is the light, follows the control. So now if we go back to this particle stream, I want to change the velocity, change all the velocities, everything here, to 0. And what will happen when you do that is you will get a nice, thick, solid line, just like this. Okay, so now if we play this, you can see we get a nice little line. Okay, but as you can see where it comes off here, it just stops, like it just stops. We don't want that. So what you're going to do is you can close up the emitter tab, go into the particle tab, and you can change the spear feather down to 0. Change the life to about 1, which shortens it. And then go to the size over life, and select the second preset down, which means they'll start normal size, and then as you can see slowly get smaller. Okay, actually probably change this up to 1.5. Then you want to go into the opacity over life and do the same thing. Now they get dimmer through life. Okay, now you can go to the set color, go color over life, and then go to the color over life tab and select the second preset. Then go to the first arrow and double click it to open it. Then I'm going to make mine a blue because blue is my favorite color. So I'm going to make it start at a dark blue and then end in a light blue. So now you can see we have this random streak. But now as you can see, it's kind of just flat and straight and not really random while it's going through. So to fix that, we are going to close up the particle tab, go into the physics, and then air, and then turbulence field. And once in here, you'll find something called effect position. If you change that, you can see here it gives it a random effect. So now as we play this, you can see you get kind of like a cool random effect there. So once you are done with that, you can add a glow to it. So we just type in glow, stylize glow, and bring that onto it. Gives it a cool glow. So now what you can do is you can duplicate this layer. And once you've duplicated it, you can just close up the glow tab, and now you can go into the, again, physics, and then turbulence field should already be open, and you can change the evolution speed. And what that will do is it'll change, just give it a double one, like a double layer, but now you get two kind of different particle streams with it. You can see. So now what you can do is you can close up that, and then you can add a layer, new, actually, you can duplicate the particle stream, hit enter on it, and we're going to call this just particles, particles, and we're going to go to the very top and hit the reset. And what this will do is it'll just kind of reset most of the settings, but you'll still get the dimming effect, and the glow will still be there. So first thing we're going to have to do is go into emitter, and put it back to the light by going emitter type light. Now we're just going to change on the settings here. So we're going to change the particles per second down to about 80, actually a little over 50. If you want to go to the velocity, just change that down a bit to about 20. Okay? And then you want to change this to 0, and then that to 0. And then just, yeah, change these to 0 too. So you just want the velocity to be 20, particles per second to 50, and the velocity at 20, and everything else 0. Now you can close up that tab, and now you can go into the physics, and then you can change the effect position. Just change that up so you get some random movement with it. You can actually put these below the particle streams, so that kind of looks better. We're just going to change the life on these because I don't want them hanging around as long. So we're going to go to the emitter and change the particle tab, and change the life to about 1. Actually 2. Okay, and then you can go and color over life, color over life. Again, it should be all good because it should have been already set. Once you go color over life, you should just take the same settings on from the other ones. And now, what you can do is if you have Video Copilot's optical flares. Now you will need this for the next step, and it is a very great plugin. It gives you cool lens flares, like this one here and this one here. And there are hundreds and hundreds of thousands of different designs that you could make. There's already presets too. So if you have this, you can make a layer new solid, and you can call this flare. Make comp size. Okay, I'm just gonna search optical flares, bring that out onto it, and then we're gonna go to toggle switches modes, and we're gonna change the mode from normal to screen, just to make it so you can see the stuff behind it. Okay, now we're gonna go to positioning mode and go from source type from 2D to track lights. So now once again, it will track our emitter. Okay, now but we don't want it, like I said, not a very good lens flare, so we're gonna go to the options. Once you're here, we'll bring up the screen. We're gonna go to the show presets. I'm just gonna choose one of my favorites. It's called the North Star in Pro Presets. It's very good for space scenes like this. I'm just gonna select that. I'm just gonna take out some of these irises. So I'm gonna take out this glow here. Oh, that ring, that multi-iris. I'm gonna take out all the irises and rings. That iris, that iris, that iris, that iris. What else is there? There's a ring here. And there's a random glow there. I gotta figure out what one that is. This one right here. Okay, I'm just gonna hit OK. I'm just gonna change the size of this down. Sorry about that. My internet's going kinda crazy. 30 should be good. Change the brightness up maybe. Alright, 1110. That should be good. Alright. Now, what we can do is we can add a space background to it. You could do this if you want. You can see I did it in here, just to give it some better depth. This one's kind of moving fast. It's because I just kind of made it out just for the tutorial. This one will be moving it just a bit slower. I'll RAM preview this so you can see it in real time. Okay, there we go. So we just RAM preview. You can see we have the particles. Now actually I forgot, which we can do, which I think makes it look better. Sorry about that. My computer's kind of having troubles right now. I'm getting a new one soon, so if you just kind of bear with me. So what actually I forgot you can do, what we should do to make this look better, is we actually change the size of the stream particles down, which I think will make it look much better. So we just go into the particle tab, and we go to the particle, and we change the size down to about 3 for both of them. I think it makes it look much better. Just gonna RAM preview this some of it quickly. Alright, so that is how you make this particle stream effect. I hope you found this tutorial helpful. So thanks for watching. See you around. Bye.